Good morning, everyone. So I see that there's a lot of people in the call right now. We have a few people on site, which is good. Which is good. We have 6 people on site. So I'm not sharing the video, as you can see that the video will only show 2 people. So I was first close the video for this. But can someone tell me you can hear me from your end?
One's over there. Yes. And then oh, sorry. Wait. Can someone from the call hear me? Man, Eileen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, this is the microphone. I was over there. So thank you. Good morning, everyone. So as this is a hybrid session, thank you for coming. There's a lot of people on the call. At the same time, we have a lot of people actually on site. So we will be discussing the ACS. So just a brief background why we're doing this is this for this the purpose of this refresher is basically for those that have been using ACS and will be more of tips and tricks and open uh, someone microphone on. I think. Hello?
Is it a current laptop with it?
Hello? Yeah, I think they closed it already. It's fine. There's no more echo. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So coming back. Where were we? So this one is more of a tips and tricks session with a bit of refresher for those that have been using the ACS for the long time already. And I've seen that there's a few people that has joined in. So there's a few unfamiliar names from you after seeing the replies. So we'll start basically with this agenda. Okay. First is what is the ACS. Then we'll focus next on syncing of documents. One thing I noticed for the past few months is the way that people are using the ACS is not optimal. They barely use the sync function, but there's a few people that use the sync function. So we'll focus on that. We'll also go back to the idea of setting permissions on document folders. This one helps if you want to make sure that your members can only have read access only to your meeting documents, or if you want to allow them write access or upload access to documents itself. Then demonstration of how can we review documents and PowerPoints directly on the ACS. This one's built in, and I think people notice it, but as much as possible, try to use it because it's an easier function than downloading, especially since we've been seeing files that are quite large recently. Then the last one is actually tailoring the welcome page. So this one's the last agenda is actually for PDs and PEs, which are administrators for their own working groups and fora. Charmaine will be doing the presentation on this one. Uh, Anyways, we'll come back, we'll get back to that. Maybe we'll switch your laptop. Okay, so let me start first. Next. So the ACS or the APEC collaboration system is basically a module of the APEC information management portal. So the APEC information management portal is a collection of apps or tools that is available for external users. One of the main tools that we use is actually the ACS in the sense that it's our main tool in sharing information. So each fora and working group inside the inside the APEC is actually given a fora site inside the ACS. Then this is where they can conduct discussions and also share information. So we'll go to the demo. So most PDs and PEs actually have used the ACS. Let me share my screen. And unshare your screen, then let me share. Then just show the Teams meeting. That you have right now.
Trying. I cannot.
On the list tab, sorry. Thank you for noting that. So coming back, so as you can see on the menu, anything on the menu would always have what you call this, a corresponding tag on top. So for this one, we'll start with the contact list. If you click the contact list, a list tab will appear. So let's wait for it to load. And click the list tab. And on the list tab, you will see the sync, connect to Outlook. So this is the sync functionality available to Outlook. Click connect to Outlook, then open Outlook. This is how we actually add the contact list to our Outlook folders. And I think most people are familiar with this, especially for the PDs and PAs. One thing that I want to highlight is if you delete something on your contact list, especially for the PDs and PEs that are administrators to their site, you delete also from the ACS. So take note of that. At the same time, if you're doing sync from the ACS, maybe let's do a better sample. Let's go for a fora. go for CPI. Contact list. And there will be always a list tab popping up. This and connect to Outlook. Okay. When you're maintaining your contact list, try to maintain it on the ACS itself. So this is the first rule in maintaining your contact list. Do not maintain the contact list on your Outlook. So like you can see on my screen, do not change anything directly on Outlook. Changes must be done on the ACS part. And when you're doing a change, you cannot edit. So this item cannot be edited. You need to delete the item if you want to edit a line because this person gets replaced, you need to delete it before you add the new one in. That's very important in the sense that Outlook doesn't understand editing. So it doesn't get flagged as a new item or someone has edited the field because the unique ID for that particular item on the screen, for example, Christine Schaefer, is actually the name. So if you change it on the back end, it's still Christine Schaefer. So if you want to change, you always change on the ACS. That's the basic rule. Change on the ACS, try to delete, then edit it. Now, if it's a batch deletion, we'll have a separate session for that. It's actually very easy, especially if you're doing like more than 10 or 20 at a time. So, any questions so far on sync on? Yes, please.
Just to clarify, so if we have like just corrections or like a change in email, we have to delete and create a new one.
Because the ID that each line uses is actually the name and the email address. And it doesn't show on the front end. It's on the back end. It's more of the connection between ACS and your Outlook. So Outlook doesn't understand that ACS has changed. ACS is always good. It's just your Outlook on your PC doesn't understand there was a change. So yeah.
For the new Outlook, we can't do this.
Are you using the new Outlook with the new?
Yeah.
The problem with the new Outlook, it's
My
not
contacts are zero.
this. It doesn't connect. You can't use You can't use sync on the new Outlook because it's not a client. It's basically a mail app. When I say a mail app, you can add in Google, you can add in Yahoo. It works that way. Outlook client that we install on each PC is actually an application that's part of Office 365. That's why it works seamlessly. But the Outlook with the new parenthesis, me show everyone on the call what I mean. Let me open that. Everyone has it. So you have Outlook Classic, then you will have Outlook New. Don't use Outlook New for now. Microsoft hasn't hasn't standardized it to be connected with Outlook 365 basically. So, but this one works with Google, Yahoo, and everything else. So yeah. Any questions so far on how to sync contact list?
Or
Sure.
how do you desync? So let's say we pick one.
So desyncing is easy because the sync functionality actually creates a link from your ACS to your Outlook.
So just delete on the Outlook side. If you delete the ACS, it won't work. So this delete. So let's say this one.
Let's say I'm no longer managing one working group and I want to remove it from my Outlook.
So on this screen right now, I'm on CPI, right? So let's say I sync the CPI sub Quora conveners. So it's a bit slow for some reason, but let's go this, connect to Outlook, then open Outlook. So this is a fresh sync. Then it creates that one, CPI. So this is the one. Two. Sorry, give me a minute. We try to map to. It doesn't want to. So this one was created, CPI sub Quora conveners. It's very small. Then you just delete it from your Outlook. Just delete the main. Yeah, just delete. This one from the main.
Right click delete.
Yep. And it should be deleted. Okay. Any other questions from people on the other side of the call? Okay. So if no questions, I'll go now to syncing on documents. That's what I want to focus on actually on this particular segment. So if you notice, list anything on the menu would have a tab on top. So just for an example, I click printing docs, I think. It's still loading. Document CTI sub 4 assessment. You'll have a library tab. So there's two types of folders inside the ACS. There's a list, then there's a library. Library list is for items like contact list. Then for library, it's for files. So usually, document libraries are available for your pre-meeting docs. So there's this one, pre-meeting docs. Then you'll have a library tab on top. And on the library tab, you'll see the sync option. It's actually beside to connect to Apple. Then sync and open OneDrive. So for sync to work, you need to be signed in on your OneDrive inside your device or your laptop. If you are not logged in, you won't be able to use sync. But I would advise you to actually sign in on your OneDrive because it's quite useful. Maybe later I can also tell you the usage of the ACS and between OneDrive and the ACS itself. Okay, so let's say I sign out on my I synced already, so it's now syncing inside my PC. It's on the screen. Then you can see that as a folder inside your this one's a Windows Explorer. Then you go to Apex Secretariat. There's a folder called the Apex Secretariat. You should see that. Then this is what I sync. Committee on Trade and Investment, pre-meeting docs. So when I sync, it actually creates a copy inside your folder. This one, the main reason why we sync is to make.
You can remove that.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. The reason why we are doing doing the sync itself is so that the management of folders. So if you want to drag and drop folders, do it on a sync. So I noticed some people actually download and re-upload again. So try to use the sync functionality. It's easier to maintain, but there is a secret that you need to remember. If we delete it on sync, it gets deleted on the ACS. So just be careful on deletions as well and moving unnecessary moving of files from one folder to another. So if you move it on your sync, it also moves on the ACS. This is especially true for PDs and PEs that are managing the site.
So what do you mean by sync? Because you mean that you drive, right?
Yep. So there is a sync functionality available on the ACS, this one. So once you click the sync, it creates, let's try another folder, maybe T4 documents. So we start from start.
So you sync to your folder, right? So
It would
anything from your folder, you will be replicated here, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And if you delete anything from your ACS, it will also be replicated back.
But
so both sides will be affected.
Correct. That's right.
How about the contact list?
Contact list, if you, as much as possible, try to maintain on the ACS. Unless you want to do a purge of everything, then contact us. We will show you an easier way to do it. You need to do an export and import.
Is it very complicated?
Not really. It takes like 10 minutes.
Get Jose to sit next to you.
Yes.
Because now I do the some contact list. I got to update like 4 places. So I do Outlook because people will use some contact. That one is very useful. And then I go to ACS, and I do my AirDrive also. Last time used to be 5.
Yes.
So now I deleted one, simplified one. Too much work. So yeah, because I circulate to some community.
Okay. We can have that as an next refresher. I will go
When you
in
say
that
10
one.
minutes, it's a bit long.
No, because you just need to make sure that you are. It depends. So the last time I did was for 500, 10 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the sync. So let's say we sync this one. It uses OneDrive. We just need to click the prompts OK. Open Microsoft OneDrive. Then let Microsoft OneDrive sync. And just close the prompt. Then go to your folder inside your PC. Then you will see the sync folder created under Apex Secretariat. So it creates an Apex Secretariat folder in your device. Then the sync starts.
Okay, like for my document library, I have a lot of folders. So I don't get the library function when I'm looking at the folders. I click on the folders. Then
Are you in the call? We can share it, then we can see. So everyone can see what you're seeing.
Question then.
Oh, sorry. Okay. While we're adding it, can you start your question, Rana? Rana, you're on mute. See.
Sorry. So I just wanted to ask if this folder that was created due to the sync can actually be shared as a OneDrive folder.
Yeah.
Or is it limited? Is the access limited to also just ACS users?
The access is only limited to ACS users. The main reason is, so it's only limited to ACS users. So ACS, there's a requirement on ACS that the account needs to be created inside our system, basically. There's a setting that we set up on ACS so that we only allow people that we have created accounts for, basically. And you want to share on this?
yeah, I'm sharing it.
Okay. Then what's the?
So it's like at this page when I click on document libraries, there's nothing here. I have to still go further in.
You need to go further. So this one is just a collection of all the document libraries. It gives you, because not all of it is listed on your menu. Some of it has been removed as a link. Then here, once you come in, then you will have
Lagging.
library. Yeah, it's lagging a bit. I noticed that too.
But if I rename my document folder here, it's just like I will have to change all my names of the folders then, so I don't get, because it's just the broad ATC WG working group. But then when you look here, there are so many different folders in my ATC WG. So it doesn't transport as cover page. Like I'll have to do that myself. Like say now I've already synced cover page, right?
Okay.
Say now I want to sync submission to it will show up with the same document folder as ATC WG. So all my documents folders would have the same name.
So okay. So if you go inside just open your Windows, that one. You can see that the first name is ATCWG.
Okay, yes, okay.
Yeah, just drag it out. ATCWG dash that particular folder.
Awesome.
So that one. So if you have multiple fora that you're handling, you'll have the first name of the fora first and the name of the. That's why you have multiple ATCWG. It says ATCWG dash with the name.
Yeah.
Welcome. Okay, so question so far for everyone. Okay, no questions. Let me check page 2. Okay, there's no questions. If no questions, then we'll go to the next topic. The next topic that we have. Sorry, let me share my screen. Is setting permissions on document folders. Let's go back. Let me share my screen. here. Let's go back. So let's use the test account. Sorry, it's a bit slow today. Let's use test. So I usually get a question. That's why I added in as a topic for today's refresher is how do I make sure that only the people that are accessing my site has read-only access to that folder. So let's use pre-meeting documents as an example. So if I click pre-meeting documents, again, there will be a tab on top. Should be a list or a library. Just click library. Then go to library settings. Since you're the PDs and PEs for that forum, then on there, you can see this permissions for this document library. Let me make it bigger. Okay. Yep. Permissions for this document library. If you click that, you will see groups that has access to your library. So for this, we have an admin, guest, and member. Usually the fora, so it's ATCWG admin, ATCWG guest, ATCWG member. Then you can see the access permissions for that. So for this folder, that means members can actually upload documents because it's contribute. Now, if you want to change it to read only, or if you want to change it to read, okay, if you want to change it to read only, just check edit user permission. Okay. Then just change it to read and just uncheck contribute and click OK. Yes, you can pick multiple. There's a question from so on. If I can only do it for once, you can pick multiple, but usually it's just like 6. Might as well do it one by one. My advice, always do it one by one so that you're sure you're changing the correct one. Sometimes you might change something else if you do it one time. So just do it one by one so you are sure that you're just doing read. So right now we only have so basically anyone else except for the secretariat and the admin only have read permissions. So this is important, especially if you have like documents that you let people upload to. If you want to stop them from uploading, you can go to the library itself, click the library tab again, click the library settings, and remember to look for permission set. Okay, and just permissions for this document library. Okay. For those that are attending that are not PDs and PEs, we're actually using a lot of SharePoint platforms. So some of this one is also applied to the things that we will be using later on, especially for those that are attending for this refresher that are not actually on the ACS itself, because we're using the same platform, SharePoint, basically, for a lot of our applications too. Okay. Question.
Contribute
Uh-huh.
members' permission. What they can contribute.
Contribute means that they can upload and delete. So if you want
Control and contribute.
full control means you can delete the main library. So the whole library you can delete. So for contribute, they can touch the main folder basically. The main folder they can rename, they can remove, but they can upload documents, delete documents, and edit documents because they have contribute access. If you want, then just set it to read so that they won't be able to upload or edit documents. Okay, you're welcome. Any Anyone else has questions before we go to the next one? You notice that agenda items that we are working on are usually questions that we receive on the SOM 2 or SOM 1 session. So we just compile them together and then do a refresher so that everyone else gets updated too. Okay, no questions. Let's go for the third. We'll go for this one. This one's very easy. So I noticed when I was supporting someone, when you go into a document ID, you try to download the folders and files. Okay, it's easy if you do a sync, then you open the file. That makes sense. But if you're doing it one by one just to check something, the easiest way is actually let's go for CPI. Something. Something will be Microsoft today. Still loading. And we'll check. I'll check upstairs. Is it the same for everyone else? They try to open the AC. Or is it just me? I got scared when I asked someone else. Okay, let's do this again. Then, so let's say you have a pre-meeting docs and you have documents and you just want to view, especially, I think this one was during I was working with Karin on the BCG award. He was downloading documents, opening them one by one. You can do a sync, then open them on your PC. That's what I told him, faster. But if you just want to see one document, then you don't need to download it, especially if it's this slow. So let me open one folder. Then you just go to the ellipses. This is the menu for each item for a document library. If you click that, there is actually a preview screen. You can preview from there. Try to use it as much as possible. I noticed Karin was pinning one by one. So, yeah. So there's the preview functionality. It works for any Word document, PDF. As long as it's in your folder, you can view it directly. Especially if you're in a meeting, this one helps with very slow internet access. Okay, so any questions on this? If you encountered something similar, you want to ask. Don't see any question. Okay. For now, I'll pass you over to, you can use it. I'll pass you over to Charmaine. Charmaine will be the one going over the changing of the backwards slides. So those that have seen the videos that have been created and been shared for the admin, Charmaine was the one doing it. So there is a video there for how to update your welcome page. Charmaine will give you a run through of it. And yeah, you can have a question, Q&A after that.
Hi everyone. So for the tailoring of welcome page is pretty much simple. For every fora, you have this actually access to do it. Yeah, so I'll just use the first one. I won't touch the others. Okay, so on the top right, actually you can see the edit button here. First you have to navigate to the welcome page and then you will see the edit button on the top right. So you just click on it. Okay, so here you will see the format text tab and also the insert tab. So if you wish to actually add more add parts, so you can go to the insert tab, go to the add parts, and then you will see the list of add parts to actually add to this welcome page area. So for this case, you can actually add group events if you wish to actually lay out all the group events that has been created in the specific fora. So after you have actually clicked on the group events on the left hand side, you actually bring to the right hand side in this white area here. And then to add it to the welcome page itself, you just click on the add button. And the group events will appear together with all the added events. Yeah, this can be displayed and then the delegates will be able to see. Yeah. Then if you wish to actually delete the add parts that you don't actually use, you can go to the, you will see this little drop down at the alert me area. You can click the delete. It will prompt you the delete confirmation. Then just let it load for a bit. Yeah. And then the particular add part that you don't want to add is gone. So also just take note that the view member list is not advisable to delete. So because it's for easy access for you to actually see the list of members you have for the particular fora. Yeah. And then once you already tailor the welcome page to what you want, right? You can click the save button here. This is under the format text. In case that you don't see it, it's under the format text tab. Okay. Then you can click on the save icon. And then this is the welcome page that is saved. So your delegate can see, right? Yeah. I think that's pretty much simple to follow. Yeah.
Okay. Can you do an example to add in document libraries in front, like a pre-meeting doc, say, just to show more examples. So we're using group events as another tab. We'll add in a document library. Some of the groups actually use wants to post intersessional documents on the landing page, which I noticed for some of the fora working groups. Yep.
Click on the pre-meeting docs. Click add.
One thing to note, when you add something, you can click on top, then just put a space, then add it.
Yeah, or you can actually drag around the thing to move to the top.
But yeah, so that you don't need to drag and drop. My advice is always start from the top and just enter. Just put some spaces on it. Slow. Or let's say in the middle. Then you add it, let's say I click this, then you can add it in between. So you can add multiple items, but try not to crowd, what you call this, to put too much apps on the main screen. It gets, what you call this, very clustered. It gets clustered already. You won't be able to see the information that you want to share in it. So just be careful when you're editing. Try not to edit also this view member list on the right side. So let's save this first. The view member list is your list of who has access to your site. Since this is a test account, you only have like 0 because only just a few. Only the test accounts are created. So these are the people that has access to your webpage. So they're different from your contact list. These are the ones that you are requesting ACS accounts for, basically, and they are listed here. Okay, so that's all the topics that I wanted to share today. Yeah, that's all the topics that I wanted to share today. We'll open for a Q&A session. So if you guys have questions, something that you want me to highlight, now's the time. I got a question actually earlier from Ted on how to check approve those that are checked in, checked out. People get confused also when they're uploading documents. So let's do an example again. Let's go back to the demo. I am using a test. So pre-meeting documents. I have modified these pre-meeting documents to allow check-in and check-out. So usually what events trigger check-in, check-out? So for us, what you call this, uh, the situation that's most possible is basically when you want to add a new document. So I'll show you example in an actual document. So when you want to upload a new document, whether yeah, let's use test to be safe. So when you want to upload a new document, you can either click new, right? And uh, say Word document. Let's say you created this, but you didn't save. This one creates a checkout item automatically. Here, that you don't see actually. So let's the one that I created. Give me a minute. Let me do a better example. Easier to drag and drop a document. Then you can see this icon on the screen. This means that this document is new. Usually, you can check. The one that sorry, give me a minute. Trying to figure out whether this is the one that I set up earlier. Is the one? Sorry, I'll give me a minute. Okay. That's why it doesn't do check in, check out. See?
I'm supposed to follow you as you go through this.
No. This one is set up on the folders that we have already. It's just, I don't want to use the production folders. I might overwrite something. That's why I'm setting it up on a test account. So this one is a test account, safer. So sorry for the delay. I didn't have this prepared. That's why I'm okay. So let's go back. Sorry, I apologize for the delay. I have now set up something similar to what you have on your Quora and libraries. So let's say we upload the document now. Yep, replace it. I want to show what is the icon for something that's checked out. This one. You can see on the side that it's pending. So this pending documents can be Eddie, let me get back to you. I'll copy over the to a better sample. We don't have a sample available for that. And it's available on the production environment, but I don't want to change anything. I think it's safer. Let me prepare something, then maybe I circulate as a video. Okay. Any other questions so far? Anything that you want me to discuss?
Somebody in the chat.
Yes, let me check the chat. I actually set up like 15 to 20 minutes for Q&A if you have questions. Questions?
For example, to collect members' comment on the report or a kind of working document, as long as for
As long as Fora is aware that that's the mode of communication or comment, then I think that's fine. Just have to make sure everyone's aware before you start getting comments just on ACS.
usually we use email
Yeah.
to separate, but it depends on for us.
Yeah.
And you can use what you call this concurrent editing, meaning that both of maybe 10 people can edit at the same time because it's part of the functionality of the ACS. So you can share the link to people, but they need to have an ACS account to access that link. So that's the basic premise of using the ACS. They need to be members, right? So I also get this question a lot. So NMPs are considered members inside the ACS. So by right, they should have access. So even NMPs and members of your fora can have access to that document. There's no other level. So it's only members and non-members. But ACS by right. Because by definition, they have access to any documents on that particular fora.
You need to register them to an
If they are registered NMPs.
So like we ask for an AIMP account as an NMP.
Yes. Because if you read the NMP statute, basically it's saying that you have rights to any documents up to this period. So, but you need to tell us also once that period is finished, then we just delete it as requested from the PDs and PDs. The one that we'll know is the PDs and PDs, basically.
So to confirm,
Yes,
guests and NMPs are actually entitled to AIMP.
No, guest is different. By right, guests should be allowed, actually. NMPs are basically members for a period, by definition.
The guests, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, member, as long as they follow that NMP process, whichever term they use, and because we allow the terms because some fora use chair, some fora use lead shepherds. So whatever term we use, as long as they follow the NMP process, they're taken as members. So we will give them accounts as requested. Okay. Questions? Any other question, please? Okay.
I have an issue.
Yeah, please.
Can I ask? I will share my screen.
Sure, please share your screen.
Might be inconsequential for some.
Okay.
So this is my SCSC welcome page. For some reason, it highlights this instead of this.
You deleted, yes. I can see already on your screen that you deleted the view member list.
What do you mean? It's here. I placed it downstairs. I didn't delete it.
Okay, let me check this one. So this one, can you take a screenshot, send it to me? Let me share. This one, usually it happens if you delete the view members list because the view members list is actually part of the page.
That.
Yeah, don't delete. We try to. That's why we have these sessions. We always highlight that just don't delete that because it's part of the page. It's not an app, basically. That's why it messes up the page as well if you're deleting the view members.
Okay, but yeah, for some reason it highlights something else instead of the welcome page. But if I edit the link. It's already the homepage. It's the link
Let
for
me
this
take a screenshot, send it to me, then I'll get back to you on this.
one. Okay.
And that was weird. Okay. If no other questions, I just share something regarding the ACS. So we'll have maybe two more refreshers for this one because the ACS is actually up for upgrade this year. When I say this year, we're starting the RFP this year, but the actual completion of the ACS upgrade might be next year, of second half, or early first half, depending on conditions. I'm sharing this to everyone also because we might need to create a committee that will discuss on the next future of the ACS. There's some issues on the ACS that's pushing us to upgrade. So it's more of availability of the current ACS. We are at the point that Microsoft might shut us down. So it's something that needs to be discussed by everyone also. But ITU will prepare the paper through the help of Leading also later on. Then we'll see and discuss how do we proceed from there. But we'll have another refresher session maybe before SOM 1. We'll try to do this every pre-SOM 1 and pre-SOM 3, not SOM 2. I try to skip SOM 2. Okay, then another one that I wanted to share is there some videos also for users. I'll send it out after this. I got already permission from CPAO to post it on YouTube. And we don't have a video sharing site for external people, so we're just sharing the the available resources that's available for external people. But the videos that are for internal staff are using Stream. I send out the videos for administration on the invite. I will resend them again together with the external user guides. So have a look at them. Then if you have questions and if you want more, then we can start from this. Yes?
Might be in the ACS thing. Understood.
Hmm?
Yeah, I heard her voice during the.
Okay, so that's all from me. Thank you everyone for attending. Then we'll see you in the next session.
Thank you.
Thank you.